Welcome back to Duolingo German. And anyway, we're not going to do a walkthrough this time. Let's do tips. And we did the first module, Basics 1 tips. Let's do the second module, the tips. It sounds confusing when you do it that way. That's not a very good name, I don't think. I think they should call it definite article. But anyway, let's click here and tips, and let's read through the tips. Definite articles. As mentioned in Basics 1, the German nouns have one of three genders: feminine, masculine, or neuter. And while they sometimes correspond to a natural gender, like der Mann is male, most often the gender will depend on the word, not on the object it describes. For example, the word das Mädchen, the girl, ends in chen. Hence, it is neuter. I think I really went over that in one of the previous walkthroughs. They don't explain it here, but there's a complicated explanation. When you add chen to something, it's what they call a diminutive. Makes like a little, my little something or other. So if you say das Mädchen, it means like a maiden, a little maiden. That's the English counterpart. And so if you say meine Liebchen, say mein Liebchen, not meine. Mein Liebchen is my love, my little love, my little dear, or whatever. So that would also, anything with a chen, you add that diminutive, it makes it, it takes over the gender. Hence it is neuter. This is called grammatical gender. Each gender has its own definite article. Der is used for masculine nouns, das is used for neuter, and die is used for feminine. Later in this course, you will learn that these might be modified according to quote-unquote case. And we have a little chart here, and here are our headings. Gender, definite, which is a definite article. Indefinite articles, a or an, or in English we say a car. Like, gonna drive your car? I'm gonna drive a car. Okay, so anyway, gender, masculine, neuter, or feminine. There's only three. Definite article. So the masculine definite article is der. The neuter definite article is das. And the feminine definite article is die, as we've already gone through. So we have der Mann, das Mädchen, die Frau. And for indefinite article, we have ein. Oh, these are new. Ein and eine. So that's something. So we're introducing these right now. This is the first time we've seen these. Indefinite articles. Ein Mann, which is a man. Ein Mädchen, which is a girl. And eine Frau, which is a woman. And here we go down to conjugation. Now this is going to be very interesting information to use in the future, because we conjugate verbs all the time. Here are the conjugation tables from Basics 1, where you can find a more detailed explanation. Again, trinken, to drink. Oh, to drink, not to drink, to drink. Oh my goodness. English person, here's our heading here. Ending and German example. Oh, we did have the same chart before. I, you, he, she, or it. So first person is I, me, you. I am me. You are you. You is second person. So I'm here, me, standing in my own body, but you are outside my body, in front of me. That's the second person. I'm the first person. You're the second person. And he, she, or it. We can both look over there and see he, she, or it. And that's the third person, and that's how you think of it. Okay, so we've got our endings. St, and t. German example. Ich trinke. Du trinkst. You drink. I drink. And then last but not least, the es trinkt. He, she, or it drinks. Okay. Now we're adding in a new verb here, sein, to be. So in English we say I am. In German we say ich bin. In English we say you, singular, informal, are, you are. In German we say du bist. If it were formal, instead of singular, informal, we'd say sie, sind. He, she, or it is. He is, she is, it is. Sie, es ist. Ist, sie ist, es ist. Now we're continuing. We finally got through that chart. Generic versus vs versus. It's I think it's Greek or Latin or something. Latin, actually. Versus specific. German is not Spanish or French. Well, that's good to know. Very interesting information, because, just the other day someone was asking me, is German Spanish or French? And I almost said, yes, German is Spanish or French. So I'm glad they told us that. Just like in English, using or dropping this definite article makes the difference between specific and generic. I like bread. In German we'd say, ich mag Brot, which is bread in general. So that means generally speaking, I like bread, I guess. That's what it means. So, but you could say, I like the bread. Ich mag das Brot. Specific bread, so I like that bread. I don't like just any bread, I like that bread. I like the black bread. Black bread, that's what I like. Schwarzbrot. That's how you say it in German. Schwarzbrot. Apparently German, the best bread in the world is, you go to Germany, I guess, they have the bakers. For some reason, they are very particular about how they bake their bread. If you buy it, like we have bread, they don't think that's really bread. They think it's like cardboard or something, I don't know. But anyway, let's continue. Let's finish this. Get through these things, these tips. A good general rule is to use an article when you would use one in English. So it's like you would say something in English, you'd say the bread or the car or the basketball or whatever. You would say that in German too. I guess that's what they mean. If there's none in English, don't use one in German. Okay, I won't. Thanks for telling me. There are some slight differences when using a few abstract nouns. You know what abstract is, don't you? It's like something that exists in your mind, but not in the real world. But we'll see about that later. And that was it. That's the tips. And after you finish your tips, you can just start on the lesson if you want, just by clicking right here. But anyhow, since this is YouTube, thank you for liking, and thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. And we'll do the next lesson soon, in the next episode of Duolingo German Tree. And auf Wiedersehen. And thanks for watching again. I'm going to save this.